Okay, so I honestly had no intention of talking about this whatsoever. Pokimane got banned. I remember going on Twitch the day, I guess, before it happened, and I was like, "Oh, she's watching Avatar: The Last Airbender. Like, what? Why? How? How is this okay?" And then I just went about my stream. It wasn't a big deal. I even made a joke about somebody was complaining in my chat. They're like, "Papa got move on from this," and I was like, "Bro, you leave. Go to Pokimane stream and watch Avatar: The Last Airbender." And it makes perfect sense because she was watching Avatar: The Last Airbender. I mean, I don't understand. Like, it seems like a no-brainer not to watch something that requires either a subscription from like Netflix or something, or you have to buy the DVDs or whatever. I was gonna say VHS, but I don't think they sell those anymore. I'm old. But then I got to thinking a little bit as to why. Why was that banned? Right, and this is why we're talking about it, because I was like, wait a minute, it's a little sussy. I started thinking, I'm like, okay, why is this banned? But you go on Twitch, and I know if I go on there like now, I won't see it. But you can go
offline series as well.
Stop talking, bro. You go on Twitch and you look at any of like the top Twitch streamers, and at any given time that I've seen, when it's during the day, see, this is why I can't improve. I'll see like Hasan or is Mizkif, I don't know, XQC. They're watching like Top Chef, and I'm sitting here and I'm like, why is everything so XQC? If I get it right, why is everything so weird? Why is it okay to watch Top Chef but not Avatar: The Last Airbender? I don't really get it. The rules on Twitch seem weird. It seems like it's pick and choose. Maybe Top Chef or Master Chef or whatever chef thing, maybe they're okay with it. I don't get it. But it's very unclear what we're supposed to be doing here. And for me, I'm a reaction channel. And like, I'm probably the most reaction channel in the entire world, right? I'm not big, but I will literally watch an entire video through. I don't cut it up. I watch the whole thing through. And there's reasons for that. One, I'm lazy. Let's just be honest. I'm lazy. But two, I genuinely do believe in showing people the full thing that I'm watching. So if I mess something up doing my commentary, because a lot of times we talk about like, more controversial issues, you'll see like, oh, he's wrong, and here's why. And I do actually that is actually a big reason I like to do that. But I think that as long as you're watching something, for the most part, that's not locked behind some kind of a paywall, that as long as you change the essence of it, right, that it's okay, right? So what I mean is, like, as long as no one's gonna go to the video and go like, oh, instead of watching this video, I'd rather watch. Okay, it's not exactly true. Like, some people might go like, hey, Papa Got covered this. I like him more. I would like to watch him. But as long as it doesn't change the essence, as long as you can't watch the reaction to the video as a way to replace the main video in like a spiritual way, I think it should be okay. Of course, as long as it's not locked behind a paywall. Which I think most people would agree with. The problem is that there are streamers, especially the bigger streamers, because they stream all day, that will like turn on someone's YouTube video. And I understand that like it's a YouTube video, but they won't react to it. They just watch it with like 50,000 viewers and they walk away. And this is what I mean. If I just took your video and re-uploaded it, you can strike it. So why is that okay? That seems like kind of shitty. You know what I mean? It seems shitty to be able to do that. And it seems like everything's very unclear. My understanding is Twitch doesn't care. They seem to do some DMCA strikes on some things, but I don't know if it's them or I think apparently it's the company themselves that has to go through the process of doing that. And I don't know. It just seems like everything's kind of all over the place. I feel like the culture that's been created for bigger content creators is like, just show up to the stream, and so you get donations from people that like you, and just do whatever. And you're like, oh, let me just watch a show, or let me just put on a movie. It's like weird, I don't know. Everything's very inconcise, and it just feels, I don't know. One of the things that really and I don't stream all day because like I don't have things to do all day. I'm first of all, I'm a grown man, and that's not like a criticism of other people, but I do have like things that I want to do. So I'll like wake up and I'll do stuff around the house, and then I whatever, and then I come on stream, I do my stream, then I get off, then I edit my videos, and I don't do a lot of editing, but I edit the thumbnails, and then I cut out my clips, and then I put them on my different things, and then it can be a little bit time consuming, but I like to spend time with my wife. I love my wife, and we're best friends. It feels like there's a lot of content creators who have like they just come on and watch a show, and it's crazy how many people have come forward and just be like, yeah, I tuned into such and such stream because I heard he was cool, and he was just watching MasterChef, or he was just watching like this random YouTube video, and he got up and left for 35 minutes, and it's like, are you really popular on your platform because you're somebody that's popular, or do people just tune in because you're doing random shit like watching a show that you have and you're not putting any effort into it? It's not like you're doing even any commentary on the show. You're just like watching a show and you're like, oh, look at me, like I'm just gonna sit here. It's like you're basically just a face on the screen, and it's like if I saw 30,000 people watching somebody, which means you're pushed up to the top of the thing, and then I click that button, and because I see MasterChef and I want to watch it, like, all right, fuck it, And we do that kind of stuff all the time on TV. Like, I'll sit down on my phone and I'll watch TV just as for background noise, And I'm not saying these people like aren't popular because there's positive things about them. I just mean it's like, would they be able to stream 12 hours a day and actually maintain people's interest if they couldn't watch actual TV on their stream? Because like we talk about a lot about how like, oh, it seems unfair to smaller streamers that like these bigger streamers get promoted, and I don't think it's really unfair necessarily. Twitch wants to make money. I totally get that. They're popular, so they should put them on there. But if part of what they're popular is for, let's say not even 100%, let's say I like the 80-20 rule, very simple rule. Let's say 20% of their audience just comes from them like watching a show that like you shouldn't be able to watch. Well, those 20% of those people might have been like, you know what? I'm not going to tune into this. I'd rather tune into something else, like another streamer or something. Because clearly, if you're on a 12-hour stream and like half of it is just watching someone else's TV show or someone else's video or getting up and walking away, you clearly can't actually maintain people's interests for that long, and you shouldn't be doing that thing. So I don't know. There's a lot here. I haven't really super sorted everything out perfectly in my head. So I guess this is more of a ramble. But it's very frustrating that everything's very unclear, and you have people watching like full hours of MasterChef or whatever show, and meanwhile people, I got like a DMCA strike for like a TikTok the other day. It's like, bro, I watched a 7-second TikTok and I got a DMCA strike for the song. Insufferable. You know what I'm saying? It's like, dude, really? Like that seems weird. I'm just watching. I don't know. So I kind of wanted to just weigh in and say that I think that if they crack down on these things and they hit people with DMCAs more, that you absolutely will see bigger streamers lose a little bit of popularity that they don't necessarily deserve. Because if you're watching a period of time where you're not entertaining and you're just watching some bullshit fucking show that you put no effort into, you shouldn't have people watching you as many. So it'll force them to actually make decent content. People will probably tune out a little bit. Those people might go around and watch other content, and it will help that in some capacity. You get what I'm saying? It might help smaller content creators. People keep saying, and that's the reason why. People keep saying to watch Moist Critical's take on it, so I will watch it. But that's what the fuck was I saying? That's the reason why Twitch probably doesn't care, because as long as people are tuning in, they don't care. Now they're getting heat from the companies. People told me to watch Moist Critical's take on it, I guess, so I guess I'll watch it like really quick.
I already heard the tragic news. He might still be in tears about it, and I'm not really here just to reopen the wound and pour salt in it, but I think it's important to talk about what's going on. Last night, Pokimane was banned from Twitch. She was banned for launching Avatar: The Last Airbender on stream, but she took it like a champ. She was making a joke about it, saying the Fire Nation attacked, but they're releasing her in 48 hours, so she got
I mean, like, it took it like a champ. Like, she had to know it was coming, no?
48-hour suspension for it. This DMCA was handed down by Viacom, the fucking boogeyman of the internet. You do not want to mess with Viacom. If you even think you accidentally saw a clip of something Viacom owns, make sure that you scrub everything. Call your fucking lawyers immediately, and make sure when you go to bed, you're sleeping on your back. You don't want to sleep on your stomach in that case, because Viacom will come in while you're asleep and fuck you in your ass. Viacom is ruthless with how it enforces its rules and its copyright. Viacom will go through your goddamn 8th grade report card, check your SAT scores, look for any parking violations you might have had, and they will just look for anything to slap you.
Well, joke's on them. I dropped dropped out. I didn't take my SAT. I did. But.
With and ruin your life over. They are truly relentless.
Who's
you might not
Viacom?
remember this, but back in 2007, Viacom sued YouTube for $1 billion. Viacom alleged that YouTube was engaging in brazen copyright violations where they were profiting off of their copyrighted work with all of these creators uploading their material, which is illegal. And they sued YouTube. It took 3 years for the first decision, which was in YouTube's favor, but then Viacom came back. Some of it was overturned, but ultimately in 2014, YouTube did come out on top. But while YouTube may have won, creators still lost, because do you know what came as a result of this? The automated copyright system, which is still being abused and broken to this day. This situation is super similar to what's happening on Twitch right now, with creators brazenly engaging in copyright violations where they're knowingly broadcasting copyrighted work in their entirety, and they know full well and openly admit that it is a DMCA problem. They just want to see how far they can push it. And when people bring up that this could have a bigger impact on the site than just their personal streams, they usually are just met with the streamer saying they don't really care. They'll just take the DMCA ban for 2 days and then be back like it's no big deal, which is a pretty selfish and silly take, because there is clearly a history they can look at to see how it negatively impacted the entire platform. I'll get into that a bit deeper in a moment, but just off the top of my head, if I had to quickly spitball a potential apocalypse, like an upcoming doomsday, if this problem continues, I feel like Twitch might just revert to how it was back in like 2015, where they outright frown upon reaction content on their platform, where they don't really allow YouTube videos to be played and watched on Twitch. And back then, if I remember correctly, even some big streamers did receive like some warnings or even a ban from watching YouTube content. The meta for watching and reacting to content back then was you'd have the big screen, like a main screen, be RuneScape or League, whatever game, and then a small box in the corner for the YouTube video you were reacting to. That's how people skirted that policy, where they just didn't like them doing that back then. So I feel like if this trend continues, just watching full movie series, full TV shows, and full seasons of anime, Twitch might just rip the condom off and say it's not worth it anymore. We're not taking this risk. We obviously can't trust our streamers to watch shit on the platform anymore. They're just blatantly disregarding DMCA laws. We're gonna pull the plug on YouTube and reaction content, because as more companies get alerted,
That'd be so fucked up. If that happens, I'll be off Twitch instantaneously. I'll be on. I seriously will. I'll just go right to YouTube and stream on there if that happens, because that's what I do, and I do genuinely feel like I change like the essence of things. Like I change like the true essence of what I'm looking at. Like I'll usually watch a 10-minute video and turn it into like a 35-minute video. I ramble and people complain about it, but like that's just me. So yeah.
to this, it could be more of a disaster for Twitch. They might just feel that it's better and safer for them to just not allow it. Again, it was frowned upon back in 2015, early Twitch days. YouTube as a streaming service already doesn't allow its streamers to watch YouTube content on there. Ludwig's been banned fucking 3 times in a row for it. So the precedent's already there, where watching YouTube content on other people's streams is in a super weird gray area. And by these big streamers constantly poking this bear of like, hey, we don't care about DMCA, look what we're doing, it could be a much bigger problem for not just them, but everyone. Because if Twitch does go this route and get rid of reacting to content, that hurts a lot more than just the top 20 biggest streamers. That's a big blow to like everyone who streams on the platform and does more than just gaming from time to time. Again,
true.
And not saying that's going to happen, but I could definitely see it as a possibility. And she's not the only one that's just been watching full movies and TV shows on streams. It's become kind of the Twitch meta at this point to just watch entire movies and anime. So this whole thing led to a bigger conversation of people asking how stupid are Twitch streamers. Just a lot of people online everywhere just saying how fucking dumb streamers are. This is something I think everyone saw coming. I don't believe there's anyone in the world that's surprised by this DMCA here. I don't think anyone just fucking shot back in their chair, just shocked and spilled apple juice all over themselves going, hey, what do you mean I can't watch my favorite streamer watch the new Spider-Man movie that they downloaded on the Pirate Bay and stream on Twitch? What kind of bullshit is this? What happened to freedom? Obviously watching full movies, TV shows, and anime is going to get you in trouble on Twitch. You can't do that. Thinking otherwise is like believing in the fucking Tooth Fairy or Flat Earth. Like, there is very clearly a line of things you can and can't watch on Twitch. And watching the entire Lord of the Rings trilogy uninterrupted is definitely crossing that line. I'd like to go ahead and quickly jump into the fair use debate and tackle that bad boy, because I see a lot of people defending this by saying this falls into fair use. Fair use is a law that's fucking lost all meaning to people on the internet. It has been bastardized beyond recognition. Fair use means less than the word literally now. People use this for defense of everything, even when it's not applicable, like in this case. You can't take like...
It's interesting that literally actually means literally, I think, as well as not literally. It's weird. I think that's true. I heard that one time, but now I feel like I heard it when I was young, so it's probably not true.
Versus Logan Paul boxing match. You can't take that and put it on Twitch, even if you're just commentating over the whole thing. You can't do that. You may...
Well, I just feel like if it's something that, like, if it's on YouTube, if you have something that's on YouTube, that's for free, you should be able to react to it. That's usually what I stick to. Makes sense. Hey, it's free content. Feel free to react to my content. I don't care. You know? As long as you actually change the video, like don't like just re-upload my stream, then there's no reaction there. But if it's something that's behind a paywall, like it would be really dumb to just be, oh, I'm gonna stream it. Like you're not gonna see me even stream like if somebody had a members only video on YouTube, I'm not gonna review that because that'd be stupid.
Get paid for that match, but you can't just freely broadcast it to people who can't, no matter what you do to it to transform it. That is no longer fair use. Fair use is applicable when you're taking pieces of copyrighted content for critique, for review, for satire, for parody. You can take pieces of it and showcase it for your points on the topic and transform it, but you can't just take the entire copyrighted work, like the entire Avatar The Last Airbender show, and freely broadcast it to people that haven't paid for the service to watch it. That's not how that works. That's not protected by fair use. Like right now, the front page of Twitch is kind of looking like the old Artifact section from a couple years ago, and that was basically just this cum dumpster for pirated movies and porn. If you guys remember that, Artifact, God rest its soul, used to be this place on Twitch where you just go and watch like the new Avengers movie or watch porn with the chat. It was wild time. That's kind of evolved now, and now we're reaching like its final evolution where now...
Damn. Well, let's go back to the old days, am I right, guys? Let's have a good old-fashioned circle jerk with 50 dudes sitting in the chat. I guess I really could just do that, because I could probably just do that on Pornhub, but I don't know why I would do that. That sounds really gross and inappropriate.
Now, the biggest streamers on the platform are just watching, pirated content or just full movies and shows that they may have purchased that are now rebroadcasting for people that haven't, which is a problem. So I'm not going to name any names. I'm not here to snitch, even though it's not like some kind of well-kept secret. This isn't something flying under the radar, because a lot of the top 20 biggest streamers on the site are the ones watching this anime and TV shows in their entirety. This isn't exactly something that's going on in dark alleys and talked about in hushed whispers. There's like fucking 40,000 people per stream watching the streamers watching anime. So it's not exactly like you have to go to fucking deep web to find it. It's literally like on the front page sometimes. But even still, I'm not going to name any names here. I'm not here to raise my hand in front of the class and call somebody out for chewing gum or anything. Now, it's no secret that I also watch a lot of YouTube content on my Twitch streams, watch some clips from shows on my streams. In fact, last night I did a YouTube night at twitch.tv/moistcritical, baby. We got real fucking wild last night. You definitely don't want to miss it again. I'll put a link in the description of the streams. When I'm watching YouTube shit on stream, it's usually really obscure shit that has like less than 1,000 views filmed on a Motorola Razr, or it's content that I'm pausing to talk about in order to make a topic out of or joke with the chat about it. Like for example, when we watch the scary haunted cursed videos, like Nuke's top 5 ghost sightings that'll make your mother spit on you because she's so afraid of these videos. We'll pause it, talk about paranormal garbage, or joke about the video back and forth with the chat, and usually just like to make it a transformative piece where it never really feels like I'm just rebroadcasting someone else's content. I just usually like to stay away from like the big TV shows and shit like that. But now in the past I haven't. You know, like 2 years ago I used to watch a lot of MasterChef, which has become the trend on Twitch right now to watch MasterChef. I was doing that fucking 2 years ago, baby. I was the pioneer, the goddamn founder of MasterChef. I made that goddamn show, damn it. So yeah, like back then I would watch MasterChef and shit. And even recently, like a year ago, I was watching the Yu-Gi-Oh! Singapore dub, which again is definitely in that gray area of is this DMCA-able? And the answer was probably yes. It was an unofficial upload of the Singapore Yu-Gi-Oh! Dub that I was watching because I thought the Singapore dub was great, since they only had like 4 voice actors to do the entire show and they did it in English, where the translation was dreadfully wrong. Like Blue Eyes White Dragon was called like the Blue Lizard Platinum Squirter or something. It was a lot of fun.
That's pretty hot.
And I did react to that content on Twitch, but yeah, that was probably a DMCA risk as well. So I've steered clear of that for the last year or so because I want to make more of a conscious effort to not skirt this gray area that would lead to maybe a potentially bad situation for the whole platform. But with this trend right now, the new Twitch meta to be just broadcasting copyrighted material, there's a big problem that can arise from this, and I'd like to get into it now. So, like with the YouTube versus Viacom case, that very well could happen on Twitch with what's going on right now. And who knows if it will or not, maybe it really will just be people getting DMCA'd for 2 days here and there if they continue to do it, and that's where it ends. They wash their hands of it and it never goes further. Every streamer was losing their minds about the DMCA because of music, where they'd have like copyrighted music that would play in the background and they get a strike or ban for it from years of content. And people made such a big hoopla about it, like this is unreal, this is so, we hate the DMCA, we don't ever want to mess with them, we're so afraid of them, so everyone deleted all their clips and scrubbed their VODs. And now fast forward to today where they're openly encouraging DMCA to like enforce rules on the Twitch platform against them. I don't get it. It doesn't make any sense to me at all. It's very similar to the Viacom versus YouTube case, but I also think Twitch is in a worse spot than YouTube was because Twitch can't make the claim YouTube did of they don't know whether or not the content being uploaded is paid for and licensed or if it is illegally uploaded. Twitch knows all of it that's on Twitch right now is illegal broadcasting of copyrighted material, and they can't pretend they don't know what's going on because it's the biggest streamers on the platform that's doing it. And even in some of the streams, Twitch staff will literally subscribe and engage in a conversation about the anime. I've seen that in a couple streams now, which is it's fun and goofy, but it's also illegal. So Twitch can't make the same claims YouTube did back in 2007. They know all of it is not licensed because the streamers are very forthcoming with their honesty that we know this is DMCA, but we don't care. They're openly saying we're just pushing it to see how far this meta can go. It's obviously a very dangerous game to be playing. While I don't think Twitch will ever see an automated copyright system like YouTube implemented, it will probably see something equally as strict. If I had to guess, if this does continue, I would imagine Twitch at some point will just outright ban the watching and reacting of other people's content on their platform. I think that's the most likely result if this problem continues or even escalates, and as more companies get alerted to it, I feel like that's really the only thing Twitch would do. That'd be their only course of action. Because right now, the way it stands, Twitch just says, we don't take responsibility for what they're broadcasting. If you have a problem with it, you will manually go and take it down. And that's where...
Yeah, man, like at this point, I would almost, like I wouldn't welcome it, but I would welcome it. Like, do it. Just at this point, I would just not fucking care. Like, YouTube's been pissing me off at how long it's taking for them to do my shit, but like I also like if fucking Twitch takes me down, I don't give a shit. I'm just gonna go to fucking YouTube. I honestly probably stream on YouTube. I would probably stream on YouTube and Facebook and like Twitch at the same time. And if Twitch just like fucking banned me, I just wouldn't care if that happened. Because that's kind of where I'm at, where I feel like I don't know. I just don't know. I just feel like I don't give a fuck about Twitch anymore. I don't know. I mean, I like Twitch. They have never done me wrong, but you know, it's a little frustrating when you're partnered. You're not allowed to stream on any other platforms at the same time that you're streaming. It's like, okay, that's cool because I get free Bezos bucks. It's pretty cool. It's very poggers. But then at the same time, like, you know, when I stream on YouTube, like I get like twice as many people at least. I have a bigger audience. And they're doing a lot to like make your stuff like actually go through the algorithm in a better way, honestly, I think, than Twitch. Because like you could be scrolling through YouTube and you're just like, well, I want to watch something. What the fuck do I want to watch? All of a sudden, in your For You page or whatever they call it, you see, oh, Fat Gump. Let me watch Fat Gump. You know, so it's pretty cool. Twitch, meanwhile, just seems to be like the most painfully dreadful embodiment of capitalism. It's like it seems almost impossible even for people who subscribe to a particular Twitch person for them to even get like a notification. Like it's like a 50-50 shot of whether people get notified. Yeah, it's just weird. So yeah,
worked so far, but that's because most streamers have understood not to just play movies and TV shows. Up until like 2 weeks ago, that's just been the understanding streamers have had with Twitch. Like, hey, we know that you're giving us a lot of leeway with what we're allowed to watch on Twitch, so we'll return the favor by being smart about what we're actually watching on stream. And then fucking the dam broke, the floodgates have opened, now everything is being streamed on Twitch by big streamers, partnered streamers. And that's a bad look for the platform. So if their hand is forced, I feel like the direction that goes, they just ban watching YouTube altogether. Like for instance, during one of those YouTuber boxing events, it got rehosted on Twitch, and that was kind of a nightmare for them. But they managed to get themselves out of that one again by saying like, hey, we can't control everything here. And back then, the channels that were rehosting that material, which was illegal, those were small channels that were literally throwaway bot accounts, not your big partnered streamers. Now, if your big partnered streamers are doing this, now it's a lot more serious. That Twitch has to be like, hey, we're going to probably need to do something or else we might face bigger consequences. Again, might not happen. I'm just saying it could. Either way, it's pretty obvious that this is a pretty bad idea overall and something that I want to talk about because it would affect me. I'm on Twitch every day. I stream every day. I do YouTube nights like once or twice a week. And they're a lot of fun. I like to watch a lot of weird and wacky content. And if something does come from this that impacts that, I'd be upset. So yeah, just wanted to bring all this up. That's about it. So yeah.
Okay. Yeah. It's not bad. I was expecting something more profound. Not because he should have done more. I just thought you guys were like, oh, he had a really good take. I thought there was something. I don't know. It was interesting. Somebody said something about Hasan having a take. let's see. I don't know if he's memeing or not. I don't care about Pete. Everything is fair use. If the copyright holder doesn't care about pursuing a DMCA claim, be smart. Don't watch entire movies, Viacom, Disney shit, or new and stop snitching. Video games are a great example of this. Technically, all games we play on the stream still subject to copyright laws, but the industry recognizes the influence and benefit of streamers playing the games. That is why it's super rare for a pub to pursue copyright. So, okay. It's like, I just don't know if I agree. So, first and foremost, like, yeah, so this is, okay. Sorry. You think it's a bait post? I don't know. I just don't know, bro. Epic troll. Like, it's so funny because, like, if it's a troll, this is how trolls like this do this. Like, hey, I said something fucking stupid. You fell for me being dumb. It's like, shit, you're right, brother. You know what I'm saying? It has to be a troll. I said the MasterChef event is over. I mean, I know Hasan likes to troll. I feel like he might be serious in a little bit. He probably doesn't care that much. He just has to change his content a little bit. It's probably not that big of a deal for him. But I guess I'll just contest this potential bait post and say, like, hey, I disagree. So first and foremost, when it comes to video games, I think that first and foremost, how many times am I going to say that? The one thing I would say, a better way of saying it, so it's not as redundant, is, like Hasan has said, when it comes to video games, it has a net positive outcome for the gaming industry. So it makes sense for them not to DMCA anything. You can watch someone else play. I only really watch other people play a game if, one, I've played the game and I'm interested in continuously watching somebody, or if I have no intention of ever playing the game, right? Or if I potentially want to buy the game. And I think that we've recognized as a society, and the video game industry has recognized, I don't know why society matters. The video game industry is recognized as a whole that has a positive outcome if they let big streamers play their game, because you can watch somebody play a game, but that doesn't allow you to actually feel the game, right? You can't capture how it feels to play a game, difficulty, the fun, and how just great the game is without actually playing the game, right? That's different than watching a show, because if you're just sitting there and you have a show on, the only thing that you've transformed, if you're actually watching the show and you're not contributing anything, is you're just watching some asshole in the corner over the show. That's it. It's very different. Like, there's a very small change to watching the show on a stream versus watching the show on my TV, where I'm sitting maybe, but guess what? I could watch Twitch on my TV. So I could sit there and I could watch some asshole watch Top Chef or fucking Master Wiener and all that other bullshit. So yeah, I just disagree. Everything is fair use. The copyright holder doesn't care about pursuing it. I think that that's such a tough, like, I understand that it's very acceptable for us not to care about rich people, which a lot of times shows come from, like, rich people, like industries that have lots of money, so who cares? And I get that, like the Robin Hood thing. But I guess I look at it more as, like, what if it was a smaller industry that's, like, just coming up and they're trying to make money so that they can keep their subs alive? You'd say the fundamentals apply to that industry as well. So, like, let's say you have a smaller show, but it's really entertaining, and I watch it on Twitch. People aren't going to watch the show on their own now because they just watched it on Twitch with Papa God. And that's kind of where I come from. So I understand making them have to go manually out of their way and do this can be very difficult for smaller, businesses or industries. They may just, like, overlook it. They may not actually see it. I understand that it's paywalled content. They make it and they get their payment off of putting it on, like, exclusive platforms. Meanwhile, like on Twitch or YouTube, I make my money by you watching my video. So if somebody else watches it and reacts to it in some capacity, I don't think that's a bad thing as long as it transforms it enough, because it also opens up a conversation. But you're not going to open up a conversation either as a fucking as a TV show. You know what I mean? I don't know. I kind of disagree. Most of it he seems to be saying is, like, snitches get stitches, right? He says, like, don't watch entire movies, whatever, but he says don't stop snitching. It seems more like he wants to be able to watch it, because, like, let's be honest, I understand it's very difficult if you're streaming 12 hours a day to be entertaining for 12 hours. I'm not even memeing. Like, I understand that. But maybe if you can't actually entertain anybody for 12 hours without watching somebody else's content, without, like, doing anything to it and just walking away, maybe, you shouldn't stream as much, or maybe you don't deserve the amount of people who are currently watching when you're not doing something particularly interesting, right? And that's the thing. And so, like, ultimately, cracking down on these DMCA things, I think, will have a positive impact on smaller streamers, because bigger streamers who don't have content to do for 12 hours will either not stream because they don't have anything to do, which I think is the best way to operate, you don't have anything entertaining to do, why stream? Or they'll just be less entertaining, so not everybody will watch it. Maybe they'll only have 80% of the audience for that hour or two gap where they had nothing to do, where they would normally watch a TV show instead, which means that the 20% of those people, so if you got 50,000 people watching, that's 10,000 people who might navigate to a smaller streamer or something. Or maybe they'll just get off of Twitch and actually live their lives for once and touch grass. So, win-win for everybody. There's my perspective. I didn't expect that to be a whole segment that was like 30 minutes long. I honestly expected that to just be like a quick one and done. And like, look at how we evolved into this like hyper fucking crazy thing.